Guys, thank you for watching and welcome to my channel. This is That African Nurse, and this video is going to be my 1 year update. So in May 2017, it's been a whole year, guys. In May 2017, I graduated from nursing school. I graduated with my BSN in nursing. So it's been a year, and I started working in June 2017, and I wrote my NCLEX in July 2017. I wrote my NCLEX on the first try. I had 75 questions and I was done. I passed on the first try. So I'm gonna make a video telling you guys how, one, I studied for my NCLEX, wrote it on the first try and passed on the first try with 75 questions. Two, I'm gonna make a video explaining how I started working a whole month before I actually got my license as an RN. So it may vary from state to state, but I will give you the information that I know based on the state that I live in. So 1 whole year, guys, 1 whole year has passed, and this video is just an update on how I got my job, what nursing is like for me, and how I transitioned from school, books to bedside. And let me not lie to you, it hasn't been the prettiest of transition. I have had some bumpy roads along the way, but I'm here, I'm surviving. I don't know everything, but I think I'm doing decent for a new nurse. So I still consider myself a new nurse. I don't know why, even though there are newer nurses than me on the floor now. But in my head, I'm a new nurse, man. Sometimes I still don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I still go ask questions. Anyway, I graduated in 2017, and I got my first job around the time that I graduated. Getting a job was not the easiest for me. I don't know why. I don't want to blame skin or race or my accent. I don't know, but I know that most of my classmates probably got their first job as early as January of 2017. I kid you not. Well, let me not say most, a handful of my classmates got their job like by January or by February. By May, like 95% of them, by end of April, early May, 95% of them already had jobs. They already knew where they were going to. So I was kind of the odd one out. I did kind of have a job lined up, but it wasn't the job that I wanted. So, and I got that job like towards the very end of April, the beginning of May too. So it wasn't like I had like most of my classmates also had options. I didn't have that many options or that many offers. I don't know why. My grades were good. I honestly could not tell you why. Anyway, moving on. I have a job now, and that's good. So I have had, so far, it's been a year, and I've had 2 nursing jobs. I know. My first job, I quit. I know I just got done telling you how I had a hard time finding a job and all that good stuff, and I quit my first job. But let me explain to you. So my first job was in the PACU, and the PACU stands for Post Anesthesia Care Unit. That was my first job, and it was a residency program. So I would stop here and explain to you what a residency program for nurses is like. A year to a 9-month program to where they train you, they get you in as a new grad. Most of the time they're usually new grads. They get you in as a new grad and they train you to that specific field. So say you were going to ICU or med-surg or ER or the PACU like I was, and they train you for that specific field. And since you're a new nurse, they start from scratch. They ease you up. They give you 1 patient, then 2. They just ease you up. It's also most residency programs, you also have to do some classes with them too. So you have class and you have clinical days, kind of like nursing school, except you get paid for it. So I would recommend that every new nurse go through a residency program. So after you complete about 2-3 months in the program, then you graduate from the class, and you only have class like once a month where they check in on you. You can do some research. Basically, it gives you a cushion to where you're not just thrown from school to real life. And trust me, school to real life is not, book to real life is not as easy as you think. Nursing school teaches you the bare minimum. I think that it teaches the bare minimum so you do not kill someone, so you know what you're doing and you're competent enough. But real life teaches you way more. Experience teaches you way more, and not everyone is textbook. Not everyone is textbook. Not everyone follows classic textbook signs and classic textbook symptoms. So the residency program like really grinds you and teaches you from the scratch. This is what to expect and outliners, and it orients you to your unit. It orients you to nursing in general. I would really recommend it for anyone. Anyway, going back to my story. So I started on the residency program, and the first month of the residency program, the first month and a half, 2 months, I trained in the ICU. So before I could go to the PACU, I had to train in the ICU, because before you work at a PACU, you need ICU experience. I trained in the the ICU, and it was amazing. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I was like, oh my, I mean, I was nervous. I had a lot of questions, but I made some mistakes, and I loved it. And then I moved on to PACU, and the PACU was not for me. And the facility that I was amazing. When I mean it was an amazing facility, it was big, it was amazing. It was like every nurse that that graduated in the area, it was like a dream hospital. It was a dream. They have one of the toughest residency programs. It's easy, it's difficult to get into. The residency programs are difficult to get into. The residency program, it's like steroids, like nursing school on steroids. It's literally like nursing school on steroids, because for that, not every residency program is like that, but for that facility, the residency program, you have to write exams. You have to pass the exams. If you don't pass the exam, you get the trials, and then you get kicked out. The only difference is that it was nursing school on steroids, but you got paid for it. So I actually went home, I studied. It was intense, but it was good intense. It was good intense because when you graduated, you knew your stuff. Like, you knew you were competent. If you studied, if you understood it. It was specific to, it was a critical care residency, and it was specific to critical care. It was not just nursing school, which was everything. It was a little bit of nursing school with narrowing it down to critical care. So it was an amazing residency. It's difficult to get into. You had to have good grades in nursing school, and people that were in it were the ICU people, the ER people, and my unit, PACU. So that's post-surgery people. And I quit. And the pay was also good. The pay was one of the best in the area too for a new grad. And I quit. They had insurance. It had everything. It had everything you could think of. But I quit. And everyone told me I was crazy. Everyone told me, you're crazy. You have a good job and you're quitting. You've lost your everlasting mind. But I quit because the PACU was not for me. It wasn't the right fit for me. It wasn't me. Surgery is not my thing. And if surgery is your thing, and if you know and you know that a field as specialized as a PACU is for you, then you get it, you go, you run with it. But I knew it wasn't for me. And I knew it wasn't for me, and I tried to switch. I told them, can I possibly switch to an ICU? I mean, I've been in the ICU for about 2 months. The only difference is that I'm now moving to the PACU, and I don't like the PACU. I'm still in the same residency program. Can I switch? They said no. And I thought about it. I was disturbed. I was sad. I was heartbroken. It was my first job, and it wasn't easy to get for me, mind you. It didn't come easy for me. I interviewed for a lot of places, and the fact that they even called me, I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting to hear back from them. But I quit. And so everyone called me crazy, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't the best fit for me. I wasn't happy. I didn't like the way the schedule was set up. I just didn't like everything. Most of the nurses that were on my floor were older nurses. I was the youngest one, and most of the nurses were on my floor had 10, 20 years of experience. The person with the smallest years of experience had 5 years experience on her, 5 years. And here I came, a brand new nurse, straight out of nursing school, into the PACU. And the nurses were not really helpful. It wasn't like they were bullying me, but they were not really helpful. They would say things to me like, I showed you this yesterday, how come you don't remember? Or they will say things like, I don't know why they hide you, new grads don't come to the PACU, new grads shouldn't be in the PACU, the PACU is not for new grads. So it was kind of hard for me to stay there. I didn't feel welcome. I loved the ICU when I was for the ICU. I loved my critical care residency classmates. I loved it. I loved all of it. I had fun. But the ICU wasn't for me. I couldn't do it. So I quit. Moving on, I got a new job and it wasn't in the ICU. I wanted the ICU so bad, but I didn't get the ICU. I got it's like an ICU step down. So you go to the ICU and when you're getting better, you come to us. So that's kind of how the order goes. It's not been a bad job and it's not been a bad experience. I'm kind of glad that I had that experience. Sorry, I'm using natural lighting, so if it's doing what it's doing, it's doing what it's doing. I can't really control. I can't really control the natural light. The sun is doing what the sun is doing right now. I don't know what the sun is doing, but anyway, I got a new job, and it took me, when I quit my job August of 2017, and I got my new job September, and I started in October of 2017. Did I get it in September? Sorry, I lied. I quit August and I got it in October. I got it October and I started in October of 2017. So it's been okay. It's not been a bad experience. It's been better. I feel like the PACU for me was very specialized and I didn't like it. I did not like the PACU, and which goes out to all my new nurses out there. Don't get tied down. And another thing is, we had a 3-year contract. So if I hadn't quit at the time that I quit, I would have been there for 3 whole years because I would have to sign a 3-year contract. So this is how it works. You get a contract and you get 3 months to try it out. So you get June, July, August, or 2.5 months to try out if you like the unit. And then if you like the unit, by the end of August, you sign your contract. And so by the end of August, I was like, and I had only been in a PACU at the time for 2 weeks or a week and a half. And I knew for sure, this is not for me. This is not for me. I completely hate it. This is not for me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hate it for 3 years. I'm gonna do it. I cannot wake up every day for 3 years and be like, oh, time to go to work again. I cannot do it. So I quit. And anyway, I got this new job and I love it. It's not the ICU, but I feel like it's gonna train me and prepare me for if I ever decide to move to the ICU, then it's gonna be a good experience that I've had. And I've gotten a lot of skills. I've gotten better. I mean, it's not been easy. I have made some mistakes. None of them has been life-threatening, thank God. But I like it. So it's been okay. Now transitioning from transitioning from school to bedside was not easy for me at all. Also, I mean, even though I had that 3 months of experience before my actual job now, it still wasn't easy. It still was not. The residency is a good program. It prepares you, but it still wasn't easy. I had to learn a lot. And I learned a lot really fast because everything was just moving that way. I would say for my new graduates, if you feel like you're in a facility or in a uni that you don't like, I would say don't stay. I mean, people are always like, well, what about, like, people told me, well, what about your job? You're not gonna have a job again. What if you can't find another job? What if this? What if that? But I wasn't happy, and for me, I had to love what I was doing. I mean, I'm taking care of someone. This is someone's life in my hand, and imagine if I was groggy and didn't love it. I couldn't. I had to love what I was doing. That was just it. And that was my biggest thing, was I did not love what I was doing. I love nursing, but I didn't love that field of nursing. Nursing is so big, it's so vast, there's so many things you could do with nursing. So try. Before you say you hate nursing, before you say you not gonna do nursing, I would say try different things. Before you quit nursing, I would say try different things. Something else I would tell my new grads from my experience is do a residency program. So even at my new job, I am currently in a residency program. So I would say completely, totally, 100%. If you can find a residency program, 100% do it. Do a residency program. Don't just get 2 weeks of training and just be thrown for the wolves. Don't do it. Do you remember how hard nursing school is? You worked so hard. You worked so dang on hard for your license. Do not let anyone just get it taken away from you. And it's gonna be a snap of a finger and it's gone. So don't do it. Another advice I would give my new graduates is try to not be intimidated by nursing, by older nurses. Try not to be intimidated. Really and honestly, till this day I still have questions, and there are questions that I have that I ask older nurses and they're like, wow, I don't know, let's go find the answer. So don't try and let anyone intimidate you. Don't ever. If you don't know it, ask. One thing else, if you don't know it, absolutely and totally ask if you don't know. Like I said, there have been times when I'm so ashamed. Like 2 weeks ago or so, I had the lab called me to tell me the doctor said to order a chemical panel or to draw a chemical panel on my patient. And I was like, what is a chemical? What is that? I asked, first of all, it took me like 10 whole minutes to decide if I would ask her that. I was like, I don't want to look stupid. Oh my goodness, I think I should know what that is by now. I've been here since October and I don't know what that is. I don't want to feel stupid. I don't want to feel dumb. But I put my big up hands on and I went to them and I asked. I was like, what is this? The first nurse I asked was like, I don't know. The second nurse I asked was like, I don't know. The third nurse I asked was like, I don't know. And they were all experienced nurses. And I called the lab. I was like, what is this? And how do you want me to draw this? And how is this drawn? What tubes is this put in? See, my point is, you might think this is a dumb question and I should absolutely totally know this by now, but you don't know everything, and it's okay to ask questions. I feel like there are no dumb questions, and you're dealing with people's lives. There are no dumb questions. Thinking about the people's life you're making. A mistake could be very critical for someone's life, so there are no dumb questions. I actually love nursing. I work the night shift and it's been good. I might make a video on, if you want to see, let me know if you want to see a video on the night shift and transitioning from day shift to night shift, because I was day shift in the beginning. I was day shift and then I moved to night shift. I don't know what the sun is doing, y'all. There you go. Let's try that. Okay, perfect. The sun is just like it's a big old glare. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a big old glare like right here, and it's from the sun, and that's my source of light this wonderful, beautiful Thursday. So let me know if you want to see a video on transitioning from day shifts to night shifts, because I was a day shift nurse in the beginning for the first 3 months. Let me tell you guys, I hated day shift. I hated day shift because normally I'm a night person. I normally am up at night and awake in the up at night, I sleep during the day, I wake up late. So normally I'm a night person. So day shift nursing was a struggle. I was never late, but still a struggle. That was another thing with the PACU. They would not give me nights. They said, as a new grad, you couldn't do night. Nights were earned. And I was like, I don't really know about that, because mornings every day, I couldn't do it. You morning nurses, kudos to you. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person. So I have tips on how to transition, because I was day shift, and I literally had 1 day off. Next day I was night shift, and I've been night shift ever since. So if you want to know more about night shift nursing, let me know. If you have any questions, being a new grad, my experience so far, this is just like a 1 year update. I have a blog. My blog is at africannurse.com too. You can follow my blog. I have some reading stuff, blog posts about my experience and how I've transitioned and all that good stuff. I'm gonna write up. I have reading about my NCLEX, how I wrote it, how I passed it, but I'm gonna make a video about that. If you have any other requests for me, video requests, let me know. Please like, subscribe, share my video. That African Nurse, and also social media platform. I am That African Nurse. But thank you guys for watching. This was just a short update. If I have any more updates, if you have any more questions about nursing school in general, how to get into nursing school, let me know. Make your request known. I shall make a video.